Alright, so here we are for Dark Ascension. We're going to jump into this queue right here, get us a 4-3-2-2 going. We can be the 8th player in. Let's see how things go. Alright, we immediately open one of the sweet rares of the set. Increasing Devotion is pretty sick, especially if you get past any other of the human themed cards. Let me increase the size of this for you guys. Alright, much better, I hope. And there's the card screen. My card. Here we go. Alright, so this one, break this away. Close that. Okay. So immediately I'm drawn to Increasing Devotion. That's clearly the best card in the pack. Gather the Townsfolk's pretty nice. There's really no removal here. This is triple Dark Ascension, so you don't have a lot of options, at least from removal. Black mainly, so black's a good color to be in, but you really want to. Now this card is pretty sick, but I think it's more of a card that's important with the Innistrad. So Innistrad, Dark Ascension, this card will be sick. So we're going to take Increasing Devotion here and hopefully get into black-white. Go from there. So we're going to maintain this course, probably looking at the Firebog Boneflinger. So here's some removal. Rack with Madness, conditional, but I'd rather be in white-black than white-red, and the Boneflinger gets me there. Scab's okay, Grass, but not really in this environment, not a very good card. We're going to take the Boneflinger here and move on. Okay, looking at uncommons first. You don't really want to be in a position where this guy, you want him, so hopefully that's not where we end up. Immediately drawn to Undying Evil. I think that's a good card. Not seeing much else. Loyal Cathar is actually rather nice. The Undying, he basically has Undying. I like how they just didn't, for flavor reasons, they just didn't put it on this card, so very interesting to me. But Undying Evil, I believe, is going to be the pick here. It works well with the Boneflinger. You know, you block, you trade them. If you Undying Evil and we come back, you smoke something else. So Rack with Madness, another one of those, good card. But I think I'm looking for white-black here, especially if we could get the human cleric that you sacrifice a human and destroy target creature. The one black, one color. So I forget his name. So we're going to go with Undying Evil here. Maybe I should take the Cathar. Let's take the Cathar, actually. Creatures seem hard to get, so immediately drawn to Evolving Wilds. But if I'm looking to stay in two colors, Tragic Slip's clearly a better card. So you want to keep that in mind. And that's removal from white-black. I'm going to have to take that. I would like to have Evolving Wilds here, just not knowing what the next few picks are going to be. And I think this is going to be a high pick. At least in, well, especially in Dark Ascension, Innistrad, I think this will be a high pick. But here you have to take removal, and you just can't pass this. Tragic Slip's sweet. Just gets better in multiples. And I'm not drawn to anything else. Tragic Slip it is. Here we go. So at the pre-release, I dropped a Bloodline Keeper. Oh, the live pre-release. I dropped a Bloodline Keeper, and the guy the next turn immediately slammed this down. I had no other, other creatures on the board. Turn 4, Bloodline Keeper. He sends his douchey 2/1 werewolf and just eats my guy. So this card deserves some respect, but we're looking for white-black here. It's looking like another Cathar. You know, the Undying is sweet. He can block. That's kind of unnerving, but we're going to take the Cathar here. And move on, not passing too much. Looting is a good card. But on the white-black path, best cards in this pack, probably Looting and the Cathar. The Devil's pretty good, but we're going to take the Cathar. Here we go. Faith Shield. Target permanent you control gains protection of the color of your choice. So you can save anything, artifacts, whatever you'd like. So I got an Undying Evil here, or protection. I think the Undying Evil is going to be just more important. I'll have less shots at this. Each permanent you control gains protection of the color of your choice. So that's pretty sick. Undying Evil. Yeah, I think I'm going to take the shield. Heavy and white. At this point, I could cut black. I'd prefer not to, but I could get out of it. And this card is interesting. So you draw a card, and you can line up your draw steps. I think it's good, but I'm going to take the Faith Shield here. Protections, good. What do we have next? Midnight Guard is very interesting. Best cards in this pack is probably the Guard. Destroy enchantment, I don't know. There's no real sick enchantments in Triple Dark Ascension. I think the curses are kind of weak in my mind. I think I'm taking the Guard. Trying to stay white-black. At least white. Black maybe getting cut. I'm not really seeing any black, so I need to keep my eyes open for another color here. We'll see what comes on the pike, but here we're going to take the Guard. Not passing much. This chant, it's okay. Kind of weak, I believe, but I'm going to take the Guard. Take the dude. Here's a curse. So, 1 point per turn for 5, unless you get more curses. Another Midnight Guard. I'd like to see some flyers here, but I don't know, there's not any turn 1 things I'm scared of. This guy has more upside than him. Maybe I should be looking another color, but I'm just going to stay white. Here we go, flying first strike. Maybe red is open. See, some of the people I've heard, the pros I've heard talk about this card is okay, but the Undying makes it nice, but a 4/1 is just pathetic. Dies to this guy twice. We're going to take the Griffin here. Not really much other options. The Ripper, whatever, not exciting. The Dryad's probably more exciting. Actually, that Tracker's Instinct is probably the best card in this pack, but we're going to take the Griffin. Stay on color. What do we got? So Grave Purge or Break a Day. So this gives all my creatures the buff. This just works in my graveyard. I'm not milling myself. Going to take the Break a Day here. Stay on white. Pretty much can be open for the next pack. Whatever bomb I draw or open, I'm going to take the Break a Day. Okay, so this is a good point here. So Paulo Vida Damarosa took this second or third pick in the Pro Tour, the Undying Evil. I was reading some of what he was writing. I think this was second or third pick. So as you can see, this card really isn't evaluated properly yet. This is by far the best card in the pack. Not seeing anything else worth taking, so we're going to take the Evil here. But yeah, the pros are playing this card, so that's something we should probably be paying attention to. So we get a Ray here. I'm going to take that just for enchantment removal. Don't really have a full feel of the set yet, but I've played a few times, so I think this could be a good sideboard card. So we're going to hide this. So here I have a Matic equipment. It's human, it gets the pump, so I have humans. Yeah, taking it. I'm taking the Grasp. So pack 1, we're okay. I think this is a good card. Really would like something where I can feed the humans to. Hopefully the black cleric, human cleric guy that you sack a human, destroy target creature would be sweet. I'm gonna go ahead and pull. Oh, here we're back. Feed the pack. Horrible limited card. I mean, you could make it sick, but wolves. You get wolves. Best card here is probably Tragic Slip. Then Evolving Wilds. So I have no green yet, so we'll take this. I'm just reaching. At the beginning of your end step, you may sack a non-token creature. If you do, put X2/2s. That's not for me, so what do I think we will here? Honestly, I don't know. Right now, you can't tell. I'm going to take the slip. Go from there. I think it's a good pick. They get better in multiples, and hopefully I get some black this pack. So, didn't open a sweet bomb, so no reason to dive off into another color. Tragic Slip it is. This is an interesting card. You're basically paying 5. You got to tap this land, plus 4 others. You sack your creature, you draw a card. Unless you have a token generator? I don't think so. So here I have another Tragic Slip I'm looking at. Midnight Guard's playable in my deck here. Vengeful Vampire is very nice. Hard to beat, but I think you just have to take the removal. So what am I seeing from a white perspective? Another Cathar I think I would like. What does the Matic do? If he's human, he gets an additional buff. The Matic really sucks. I'd prefer not to play that. So we're going to take Slip here. And go from there. Yep, Tragic Slip. Number 3. I was curious to see what the pros thought about this card, because it basically makes everything with life, everything have double strike, if you will, or if any source deals damage, it'll double. So I don't know. That's an interesting card, but obviously here we are. Third pick, pack 2, it's still here. What does that tell you? I'm gonna go with the flyer. It's good to have flyers in this kind of environment. White-blue flying is a deck in this environment, so we're going to take the Spirit here and go to the next pick. Yep, Spirit it is. So the collar, maybe I need to be evaluating that better. Pump some vigilance to humans. What's my human count? Type sword here. He makes humans. I have 4 other humans. So this would be probably a better card than the Matic, actually, to play. This card. So LSV said you're 2 for 1-ing yourself if you play this card, because you're going to tie up your mana, and then you're giving up this card. But with Undying, this card's sick. You can tap on your turn and theirs if you're running fly with mana. I like it. I played it in the pre-release. It did good work. Nothing else really interesting me here. Rack with Madness is probably the best card. The Collar maybe. I'm going to take the Guild. So here I can gather the townsfolk. Ooh, Death's Caress. Now this is removal. At its best. Destroy Dark Creature. Human, gain life. He gets anything. So I have 3 slips. Still like this card. Blue-green, flying, and if you get the Death Touch Spider, it could be a good thing to have. So, but let's think about this. I'm on my 17th pick. I have 7 creatures. 9 non-creature spells. This is a creature, so that's 8 creatures. I'm playing the Matic, probably. Removal. I'm going to take the Caress. It's too early to... This would be good for me, but I'm taking the removal spell. Okay. She's human, but I'm not going to transform her. Wake Dancer makes sense to me. 3 Tragic Slips. Seems like the place to be. This card really did some damage to me in the pre-release. 3+1/+1 counters at instant speed, so I'm trying to Tragic Slip on my turn. They get a green up. Hunger the Outback. So it's almost beneficial in this set to try to not to kill anything, to try to race. We'll see how it goes. Wake Dancer it is. So this is not a good pack for me. The Sightless Ghoul. He can't block. He has Undying. That sucks. Yeah, I guess it's you're just trying to push in damage. 2 attack for 2. Not a good card. One thing about colors. Now, Executioner's Hood. I don't need big guys. Take the Survivors. Think about a splash. He's human. Yeah, stay on color here. So another Undying Evil. At this point, I probably just need guys. This card's interesting.